through the mid to late afternoon and as we approach sunset tonight. We're topping out in the upper 40s to just about 50 degrees. It's not the 60s of yesterday, but still well above average, as we're already seeing our temperatures right now sitting above our average high. Our average high is about 38 this time of year. A bit colder for tonight. I think we'll see less in the way of clouds and the wind will calm down some. So a lot of our inland suburbs will fall into the 20s, but Boston, you're holding on to just about 32. Mostly sunny, mid 40s tomorrow. Clouds start to gather after sunset. And then, of course, we're keeping an eye on that storm that's moving in. By midnight Tuesday, we will see the first sign of the storm approaching, a rain-snow mix. And where it is snow, it's a very wet snow. So we'll likely see the first few hours of snow actually melt as it reaches the surface. We're losing a few hours of that snowfall because our surface and our road temperatures, they hold on to the warmth that we're seeing this weekend. It takes a little longer for surface temperatures to cool down. So I do think we'll see the first few hours of a good amount of melting. However, as we move past 6 a.m., bands of heavy snow set up, and because they're so intense, they're able to drag down the cold that the storm is producing. And that's why our temperatures are actually going to fall through the morning. And that is also why, as we move past that 5 a.m. hour, we're getting into the thick of the storm here. We move through about 9-10 o'clock, heavy bands of snow still expected. I think we could have some whiteout conditions, especially in eastern Massachusetts. Eventually, by noon, you could see the storm is pulling away with snow mainly confined to the coastline, but the wind impacts and coastal impacts will continue even as we head into the late afternoon. But we are drying out for the evening commute, and thank goodness for that, right? 6 to 12 inches for a good chunk of the area. This does include 128, 95, 24. Immediate coastline, you're in the 3 to 6 inch mark. Likely lower than that as we move down toward the islands with more in the way of mixing. Lots of these snow bands trying to set up. These are the snowfall rates. And notice you can see some of these brighter bands setting up, especially in eastern Massachusetts and near 95 as we travel through late morning. So that's why we are thinking that a good chunk of the area will see that 6 to 12 inch mark. Wind gusts over 40 miles per hour in southeastern Massachusetts. The strongest wind for Cape Cod and the islands, where we do have a high wind watch. In combination with that stronger wind over southeast Massachusetts, but also a heavier, wetter type of snowfall south of the Pike, this is an area where we have the best chance of seeing some power outages with this storm. We have an onshore wind. We also have a new moon. So astronomical tides are already running really high here. You throw in the storm and a peak surge of about 2 to 3 feet. That could lead to more in the way of coastal flooding. And this is a growing concern.